Women in the spotlight on International Women's Day observed on March 8th. And today, right here in St. Lucia, a momentous occasion, the tabling of the Domestic Violence Bill 2021. The magnitude of the occasion did not escape the ardent advocates who have fought hard against domestic violence and intimate partner abuse. President of the Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Seelys, articulated the sweeping provisions of the landmark domestic violence legislation.
The key components of that bill is that it's gender neutral, so it covers men, women, children, everybody, LGBT community, everybody. It also covers every aspect of domestic violence: financial abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, stalking, cyber abuse, and everything you can think of. It also is very particular to remove the responsibility from an abuse victim to the competent authority who will be providing the services. So a woman doesn't have to say, I want to press charges. The police have the duty to press charges once they have enough information that a crime has been committed.
Gender inclusion and equality is a key aspect of the mammoth bill. Advocate Bennett Charles recommends a rigorous education campaign to get the word out.
All organizations that have an interest in human rights and an interest in women need to really start ensuring that people understand what this new legislation is. Coming to that and adding to that, I should say, is the issue of having an action plan. The social services of government play a critical role in the success of the new legislation. If someone visits a social service or they go to the police and they don't get the required assistance that they get, really the legislation is just basically ink on paper. So there needs to be that action plan where the services that deliver government support needs to be enhanced to ensure that women, children, girls and boys also, because it is a gender neutral legislation, ensure that much as possible that they could get the justice that they deserve.
Often, such capstone pieces of legislation are viewed through the heteronormative prism and overlooks issues relating to the question of the intersectionality of sexual orientation and gender identity in the context of domestic abuse. Public Relations Officer of the LGBTQI and Human Rights Organization, United and Strong, Jessica St. Rose, lauded the government for incorporating inclusion in the provisions of the bill to cover at-risk, minority, and underrepresented sections of society. She also praised the progressive stance taken by the current administration to ensure the bill was tabled in Parliament for debate on International Women's Day.
I want to wish all women, all my St. Lucian beautiful women, a beautiful, happy International Women's Day. I want to encourage them to continue raising their voices. Don't be fearful to do so, because at the end of the day, when women are at the forefront of things, things are bound to happen.
Women's rights advocate Felicia Brown described the bill as groundbreaking.
Today is a very historical day for us as advocates, as women, because a lot of us, as I would say, there are victims that are not here with us today. And we stand for them. We stand for the children and the women and the men that have died because of domestic violence, because of gender-based violence. And we also stand for our women and children in this era, because it's revolutionary in the way that it's done, that women has the extra protection, victims have extra protection, and of course their families have the protection as well.
The Domestic Violence Bill 2021 has been in the making for nearly 25 years and runs the entire gamut of legal protections in cases of intimate partner, relational, and domestic abuse. The Domestic Violence Bill has been touted as one of the most progressive bills in the OECS. From outside Parliament, Solange Alfred for the HTS News Force.